Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your 2024 Flagstaff E-Pro 20 FPS with the power package. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite, a few things to think about when you're parking this. On your campsite, you want to leave plenty of room for that awning. On your off campsite, you want to leave plenty of room for a slide, but I also want you to think about where your power and water connection is going to be if you're going to be at a campsite. Your power is going to be plugged all the way back here in the rear corner, and then your water connection is going to be over on your campsite rear corner. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive, unhook our hitch. First thing we're going to do is level our unit. The unit comes with a power tongue jack. Got a nice night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply raise or lower this unit until you're level. Now should you lose power, on this rubber stopper right here, the thin hand crank out of the two that you have, will reach down in there, it will get a hold of a bolt, and we'll get this up and down should you lose power. Once we got our unit level, next thing we'll do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these scissor stabilizing jacks. These new ones now, if you just crank them down 2 or 3 here, you can get a hold of this tighter and pull it and just push these right on down. Then run them down till they're tight. I am going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Pick up a 4-pack of those and put up underneath those. That add to the longevity of the life of these. Keep them from sinking into the ground, into hot blacktop, etc. Get all 4 of those down. Got your unit level and stable. We'll hook up our power and water. Big long 30 amp cord plugs in here in the rear. Almost like a pistol grip here. Goes in about 11 o'clock. Turn it to about noon and then put this black washer on. Alright, you got your power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. Again, on this rear corner over here, you're going to hook up to city water connection at campsites. Recommend a water pressure regulator because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up here. Don't hook up your hose yet, or go ahead and hook your hose up, don't turn it on yet. Let's go to your hot water heater. Here's located right toward the front. And all we're doing at this point is making sure our drain plug's back in there. Throw some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get that in there nice and snug, then you can turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a minute, go inside and open up your slide. Get in there and open up your water lines. Sink, showers, get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water, and you're all set to camp. Now let's say you're going to go dry camping. You can fill up your freshwater tank. Well, just above your hot water heater is your freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here on this. Just simply gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that when you're filling it. Once it's full, remove that hose, put that cap on there, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hooked up to the city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set to camp with power and water. I'm going to walk you around the rest of the unit before going up inside. On this side, we got a docking light. Again, our fresh water. Big pass-through storage. It's our battery disconnect. That would disconnect all your battery power to the unit. Speaking of battery, both of these panels are removable by square screws. And back here is your water heater, your batteries, and on the other end, your inverter. I'll show you the inverter from the inside. We'll seal that back up. Your hose for that griddle. I'll show you where that griddle will set up as well when we get to that side. Again, your hot water heater. On your hot water heater, if it doesn't seem to be working, come out here and look to see if either one of these are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in. Your overheat reset. And usually where a freshwater tank is, where a freshwater drain is. There's your freshwater drain, that big white handle. There's a area to store your sewage hose. Open a slide up when we get inside there. Here's where we'll dump our black and gray tanks. Our rear stabilizing jacks, again, our power. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof, and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You're prepped for a backup camera here. Device you can purchase, set on the dash of your tow vehicle. The other piece attaches to this, giving you a backup camera. Accessory hitch, towing information for that. Back to our little docking station here. City water, tank flush. We'll talk about this when we dump our black and gray tanks. And antifreeze inlet. That's where you will winterize the unit after bypassing your hot water heater. Satellite if you get one. Cable will hook up for the campsites. Down here a spray port hose. We'll hook up to that. Coming around your campsite here. Your awning. These are mainly made for shade. Light rain, okay, heavy rain, high winds, bring those in, save yourself the trouble. There's your spray port hose in a little storage area. Access panel to your water pump. Square headed screws for all these access panels on this. Out here is going to be a removable table. Right here is where your griddle will sit. You got two metal legs that'll attach to the bottom of that griddle. That'll sit right on here. Here's your 110s and your LP connect for that. Also, a couple low point drains right here. Flue for your furnace. A few things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. But it also adds a little heat to your area down here underneath your awning. Outdoor speaker. A vent for your cooktop in there. Again, our griddle there, and there's the legs for that. Solar on the side. You can plug in a solar panel right here, and that'll actually trickle charge your batteries even more. Up front is our propane. It is on a regular regulator, simply pointed toward the tank you wish to be using. Green means you've got gas. Show you solar panels up top, and up here is the roof of this unit with the off-grid 2+1, 3 solar panels. Your wine guard, hook up front, AC unit, max air vent, skylight for your bathroom. Okay, coming up inside your unit, first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and anyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. To my left as I come in, down here is going to be a little control panel. You can monitor this all from your device, download the app, and you can do just about everything on here you can on your phone. Alright, on this control panel, freshwater tank, that's the one I said to keep an eye on when you're filling your freshwater. Black and gray tanks, good brand new batteries, your awning light, step light, which is this one here, interior lighting, Bluetooth connection. I'll send you a video on how to do that. Your fridge, if you want to turn it on 12 volt, you do that here. Your water heater, turn it on gas here, electric here. Your water pump, turn that on here. Your tank heater, that's a little 12 volt pad that'll turn on your tanks if you're in inclement weather and you think they might freeze. Your awning and slide controls on your awning. You only want to extend that awning out until you can see that flap. If you were to hold that extend down, that will keep extending itself out and start to flip itself up onto itself. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. As I run it in, I'll mention there's a GFCI 110 with GFCI reset right here. Again, our porch light. And as this comes in, I'll show off my awning lights and tell you these slam locks work best when just gently slammed. Alright, let's go ahead and open up our slide now. Let's hit out. Of course, you want to make sure you're outside, everything is clear of it. Probably would need to open that in order to get to that bathroom to get your water turned on. So yeah, just open these lines up, get a nice steady flow of water. We've got our Connex TV up here. That's the ETV Find a remote for that real quick. There it is. So I'm also going to send you a separate video from TSC, Truck System Technologies, telling you how to hook up that tire pressure monitoring system. So my biggest recommendation when hooking up your TVs, when you get to the campsite, go into your home, go into your digital channel scan and run a local digital channel scan. Pick up all the local channels when you get there. Paperwork, check all that out. Again, tire pressure monitoring system. Over here in the wall, I'm also going to send you a video from Go Power solar controllers from GP Electric. Your whole purpose in this is to make sure that it stays on your lithium batteries here. LFP. The whole purpose of this is to keep your solar panels from overcharging your batteries. Light and fan. Above your cooktop. This cooktop here, you actually try to do this with one hand, but turn it to light, hold it in with my knee while hitting the spark, and hold it for about 5 seconds, and that'll get it lit. Same thing on your oven. Put it to light. Here's your panel light, oven light. Turn that to light. Hit your spark here. Make sure you can see. If you look in the metal, you can usually see the reflection. Make sure you see the pilot light lit before you turn it to the desired temperature. Make sure your cooktop is down for traveling and your fridge is secure for travel. Speaking of fridge, controls are in the fridge part. Right there. Self-explanatory microwave. Down below it is your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s in there and a 30. Over here is your carbon monoxide propane detector. That is always running off your batteries. Back into our bathroom. A couple things in here. You have a hand crank open power exhaust vent here. Another 110 in here. A little plumbing to keep an eye on. Same thing in your bathroom or bedroom, kitchen. Same thing in your kitchen. Just remove your panel here. Keep an eye on your plumbing. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. There's your skylight for your shower. Coming out into the living room. Here's our thermostat. Change your modes by pushing it. Fan. And set your desired temperature. There it goes. Cool. Once you hit your mode, you can scroll through to cool, to heat. Cool, that should turn on your AC. High fan, I should crank that up. There it is. Now we shut that off. Mode off. Generally these shut off rather quickly. There we go. Now this time I'm going to go into mode and I'm going to go to heat. And you hear that, there's your return. Now if it's the same as most units, when I shut the heat off, back to off, it does take a few minutes for those heat fans to cycle through before they shut off. The table here we'll remove. Loosen up your handle down here, lift that up and out. At that point, you can use a cup holder or jackknife down into another sleeping quarters. This does travel safely with your table. Which will change in height and And you can spin this around by loosening that up. Recommend having it all the way back when you bring our slide in. Our bed, 110 and charging port on both sides, privacy curtains. So you're saying I want to let you know on your bed is over on this side. 4 screws to take out. These are Phillips. Inside there is your inverter. You can hear and see that running. Last bit should have a smoke alarm right there. That about covers everything in here. Act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start usually by coming in and shutting off my interior lights. Then I look around and see any lights that are on are going to be accent lighting. Come back, turn on my interior lights again. Now I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed, especially this bedroom one. Close our vent in there. Make sure nothing's going to impede our slide from coming in. Closed up windows, just securing everything for travel, and hit slide in. There's your cabinets left open. I'm going to close those. You see there's the soft guide closed. Interior lights off and exit the unit. Now the biggest thing on these steps, whether taking it in or out, is make sure your exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise this could catch on it coming up. Your feet are adjustable. It's locked in. Press on this. That will release this leg and move it to where you need it. Before you leave the dump station, and I say that because you're going to open your door and look in here and see your level of your tanks as you're dumping. Before you leave, lock, deadbolt, lift and turn this handle. That's how you want that handle for travel. Alright, if we are dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, come over here. Always underneath our freshwater drain is going to, our freshwater is going to be our freshwater drain. Open that up and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever you're in need of. For the campsite, we unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be behind your tires, almost at the very rear of the unit on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Get underneath there. Pull your black handle, and it sounds like it's no longer draining. Check inside. If it's empty or close to it, leave that black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station and hook up to this tank flush. Again, emphasizing leaving that black handle open. Let that tank flush run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose, close that up. Make sure all that black washout water you just put in there has drained. And then close your black and pull your gray. Usually when my grays are draining, it's a good time to dump my low point drains. Underneath there, open up both of those. Also, if we're done camping for a while, I don't like leaving stagnant water in my hot water heater. So come on over here, lift up on this pressure release valve first, make sure there's no hot water left in there. Dump that down, and then you can pull your residual drain or your residual hot water. When that gray tank is done, close it up, remove your sewage hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this E-Pro for many years to come. Happy camping.